That was really cool. I had done Banana Song by that time. I was making a good amount of money every single month. It was really cool to be that successful with them, and I would never like turn my back on them. And I would I was talking about how I'd never abandoned her or anything. I fucking abandoned her hard. I dumped her on her ass. I said, see you later. I'm done with you. I don't want to be with you anymore. Bye. And the reason they're shit to me is because I know that their opinion isn't based on fact. Attacking and attacking and attacking. I could say air is good, water's You do not operate in the world of reality. You operate in the world of feelings, which is why I want nothing to fucking do with you. Greg is right, because he's fucking honest, and you people constantly question me this whole fucking time. So those people, all I have to say is go fuck yourselves, you stupid fucking delusional bastards. You are everything wrong with the world. You cannot debate with, you cannot do anything to rationalize their reality. They are stuck in a fucking dream, and they will never wake up from it. As far as I know, because I've never ever seen anyone cured from stupid. You can't fix stupid.
Hey, so the long-awaited Patreon review is finally here. A lot of people wonder what it's like to be a part of his Patreon. A lot of people even make assumptions about the kind of content posted on his Patreon, which I sure as hell did, and man, was I wrong. I have a lot to say in this review. At first, I thought that the content he would post on his Patreon is no different than the stupid skits that he posts publicly, but oh no, no. That's only a part of it. You'd be surprised the shit that he says on his Patreon. The amount of times he covers his controversies on Patreon is double, maybe triple the amount of times that he does it publicly. It's insane. I mean, he pretended he didn't know who Diesel is. I'm sorry if I fucked that name up. I don't even watch him. I don't know how to pronounce it. It looks like a diesel, okay? He publicly pretends that he doesn't know who Diesel is. Well, at least he did at first. But on Patreon, he immediately just covers every single confrontation, every little thing that bothers him. It's almost like he's exclusively talking about quote-unquote haters, which is really just people that criticize him, constantly to his patrons. I have a theory that he does this because he fears that the patrons will see Greg for who he truly is and will end their pledge. So I feel like he's pressured to constantly prove himself right to his patrons, because what other reason could this be? I mean, there's so much. So before we get into this Patreon review, as a former patron myself, which I never ever thought I would say, I mean, Greggy Poo, you really shouldn't have fucked with me. Don't ever strike my channel again. This wouldn't have happened if you let the Leafy clone make her 2 little commentaries and dip. Like literally, my second video about you said 2 out of 2 in the description, but you just had to illegally strike me twice, so now I have no choice but to sue you in small claims. Unless you're following me on social media, you're probably confused as to why I'm able to sue him, because I made a video not too long ago about suing him, and I personally thought at the time that it was unrealistic. I used H3H3's case as an example and said that, look, I cannot fund a lawyer this expensive, because when you sue for copyright, the minimum for a quote-unquote proper lawsuit would be like $100,000. And I was like, look, I'm a channel with 30,000 subscribers. There's nothing I can do. Now, as a creator on YouTube, I know copyright basics, so I was no expert and did not even know at the time that I could sue in small claims over copy fraud. After finding this information out, I look into his county, how I can sue in small claims, and it turns out that it's totally in my budget. In fact, I want to be the first to do this so that smaller creators in my shoes that are dealing with copyright abusers can follow these steps, and people will be like, oh, the Madam case, you're a small creator, just sue in small claims. And when it comes to copyright abuse, a lot of people use the H3H3 case as an example, but I definitely think I could kind of change that and be the first example for smaller creators. Because like I said, us YouTubers know copyright basics, but we're no experts. In fact, I didn't even know that I could sue in small claims. So I just want to spread awareness about this and be that case for small creators. And yeah, I'm really excited to finally do this. My roommate printed out papers that I needed to fill out and send to his county. A good thing about Pierce County is that you can actually file this online, which a lot of counties won't let you do. So that's great, but my roommate already printed papers out for me, so might as well. I posted like a small little video about it on Twitter, kind of poking fun at the fact that I'm suing Onision. The papers will be ready to mail, however, I am not going to send them anytime soon yet. I mean, it will be soon, within the next like month or two, but not this month because I really want to take my time with this and ensure that I will be as professional as possible. So every county has different rules for suing in small claims. And in Pierce County, you are not allowed to have a representative or a lawyer for you. Like, I don't even need the funds to get a lawyer. That's why there's no GoFundMe. However, I have a Patreon and I'll talk about that later, how that's going to help fund. When I sue him in small claims, it's going to be me presenting my evidence versus Greg. I'm a little nervous. I have never done this before, but I'm confident that I will win because at the end of the day, what he did is illegal. And I have some thoughts in the back of my head like, will the judge not understand YouTube and all this stuff? But honestly, as long as I get some legal advice, which does cost a decent amount of money, and as long as I take my time, gather my evidence, I should be good. And then I'm going to mail it to Pierce County. Then Pierce County is going to give me and Greg a date to appear in court, and then I'm gonna have to go. The problem with this is that even though I don't need funding for a lawyer and suing in small claims is very affordable, in fact, the court fees will be less than $100, I still have to raise some money, and that's where you guys come in. If you can't help fund Greg being sued, or you don't want to, that's completely fine. But to all the people that wanted to donate and basically just help fund Greg getting sued and helping me and other creators get some sort of justice for all the copyright abuse he's been doing for months now, now would be the time. If you would like to donate, there is a link in the pinned comment and in the description below. YouTube has done nothing about Onision copyright abusing, and quite frankly, it's up to us as creators to put a stop to this, so I am suing him. The reason I need some funds is because it is a huge inconvenience for me to buy a plane ticket from Florida all the way to Washington and back. That is a lot of money, all because a copyright abusing douchebag decided to illegally strike my channel twice. Now I have to spend money on getting a plane ticket across the country and back. Do you guys have any idea how long Florida to Washington and back is? Are you kidding me? Because he wanted to falsely strike me. Alright, well, anything to get some justice. So whether it is fan funded or not, I will be buying a plane ticket, but I would really, really appreciate if anyone that wanted to help fund to sue Onision, go donate to my Patreon, because this extra money will help with the cost of legal advice, which is a decent amount of money, and obviously the plane tickets. And finally, transportation costs, because when I get to Washington, I obviously need transportation. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do? Teleport to fucking court? No, I'm not from there, can't take my car there. So yeah, I'm gonna need some money for that. So yeah, anyways, if you would like to help fund Onision getting sued, feel free. The link will be in the description. I have the cheaper options, which is the $1 tier up to the $10 tier, which is like my normal tiers. And then I have limited time Onion Slayer tiers, which is for people that want to donate higher amounts to help fund suing costs. It would be stupid of me to just go to court immediately. I definitely need to get some legal advice. The Onion Slayer tiers have some merchandise that I will ship to you after I go to court, so I just thought it would be kind of fun to do that and give back. And for people that cannot afford the Onion tiers, for whatever reason, you can obviously pledge the $1 tier if you'd like to help, because at the end of the day, even $1 will add up. I'll be giving every tier updates about this whole situation and progress that I make. Alright, now that I filled you guys in, which will be the last time I do that for a while, excluding my Patreon updates, hi, welcome to the Onision Patreon review! I don't know why I say it like that. I watch too much Brennan Taylor. If you know, you know. You're probably wondering how I got here, or how I infiltrated Onision's Discord server, and I'll tell ya. Well, first, it all started with him falsely striking my video twice. And in that video, I reacted to his I Hate Women song and a song about him as a banana or like peeling a banana. I don't know. It was really stupid. I just did my typical Leafy clone commentary and that was going to be it. Like I said many times in my videos, that second Onision video said 2 out of 2 in the description. If he would have left it alone, we wouldn't be here today. And I wouldn't have to sue him and infiltrate his Discord server to ask him the golden question. Why did you not provide a court order, Greggy Boo? If you haven't seen me confronting Onision, check out my previous video, link will be in the description. It was really funny. I mean, his rabid fans were telling me, it's just a video, get over it. Alright, if it was just a video, get over it, why can't you tell Greg that? He felt the need to strike me twice. What's interesting about Onision's response is that when I ask him a simple question, why did you not provide a court order, he tells me to ask a lawyer. That's not how it works. If you strike a channel, you are supposed to provide a court order. If you don't, that is abuse. It shows that you're not serious, and also you have a history of maliciously taking people's criticism down about you. I didn't slander you, I didn't do anything illegal, and even if I did, abusing copyright is not the way to go about slander, but regardless, that's even out of the picture. All I did was simply react to 2 music videos that you published online, on your public YouTube channel. Your music videos were stupid. You sang about why you hate women, and you sang about fucking bananas in 2019. I'm allowed to criticize that. This falls under fair use. So if it's just a video, get over it like your fans said, why aren't they saying that to you? They're so fucking brainwashed. I saw on the Onision Patreon that one of his $5 perks was access to a Discord server and to chat with him. And I was like, I do have a question to ask him. Might as well throw in a $5 and get my refund after. So that's exactly what I did. I infiltrated the Onision Discord to ask him one simple question, to which his response was illogical and it just didn't make any sense. And because I asked that question and he didn't like it, he decided to ban me and claim that I harassed him. Greg, you striked me twice. I am not harassing you. You are harassing me and attacking my channel and doing illegal things. You've also stolen income from me, so it's not okay. But guess what? Since you decided to strike me twice, that means I'm losing more income. And do you know what that means, Greg? That means you owe me more money in court. When you strike down my video, I was making approximately $dollars per week. Now obviously with most of my YouTube videos, and I'm sure other creators can relate, that goes down. You always have this high spike of income when you first upload your video, and then over time it goes down. It goes down as low to like $2. But because you didn't give me a chance to even get the analytics for that, I can't even prove that the income would have gone down. As far as I know, and as far as court will know, is that I was making $dollars per week, and every week that goes by that you continue to falsely strike and keep my video down is more money you're gonna have to owe me. And I'm so excited. So thank you. Thank you for striking me twice. The Onision Discord server experience was definitely extremely toxic, as you could see from the recording from my previous video. But overall, I decided to kind of fuck around and try to blend in, pretend like I was an Onision fan. So in the clips that you're looking at right now, just know that some of the stuff I do say is not accurate. Like, for example, I don't agree with some of the stuff that Repsion does, but I'm a fan of both. Like, just some stupid shit. I was just trying to blend in, which it did work. And I asked the Onision fans. Now, these people in particular are actually his top tier patrons. That's why they have the roles that they have. So it was really interesting to me to really get into the minds of Onision fans. And really, they're fucking clueless. They're just brainless hobbits that don't know what they're talking about. Onision might have done something illegal. Yeah, I don't watch those hater videos. I wouldn't know. And if they're taking clips of Greg to slander him or take out of context, he has every right to strike it. Listen, when you take stuff out of context or slander someone, that's awful. Like him slandering Shane Dawson. That's awful, and there's definitely a way to go about that legally. You don't deal with slander through copyright abuse. Those are 2 different things. Oh my god. And even so, I did not slander him. I simply criticized and reacted to his 2 music videos. So very obvious that this is copyright abuse. I mean, his supporters are just brainless. Anyways, I don't want to commentate too much about how stupid they are, but I do have some interesting clips from being in the Discord voice chat. And also, just to remind you from the first video, I did get permission from Onision himself to record the voice chat. And also, he allows his server to record voice chat, so this is completely fine to show. So yeah, I'll shut up now. Just watch.
Why'd you do that? Like, what the hell?
Literally,
like,
they wouldn't
hey?
get off the topic for like an hour and a half.
Hey,
And I was-
you enjoy
And I was
my
literally
comment?
begging. I was like, can
Literally
we please?
though, and then that one chick would not fuck off about it. She was like, "But why?" And she kept going in the same circle. And you're like,
And what sucks
"I already
is-
fucking told you."
I'm a
Is
lawyer.
the moment I say,
God,
hey, I
yeah,
want to get off topic or I want to switch, people are like, they use that as like, oh, we won the argument then. And so then
You're
then
like,
you-
"Oh,
and
you
then you're-
don't want to talk about it then."
and then you're forced to be like, fine, what do you have to say? Oh, the same thing everyone else said? Oh, cool. You weren't listening, were you? Like all that.
Oh, I swear none of them were listening.
I wasn't even watching because I was like, I didn't want to see that toxicity.
How about this is what I love. There's the one guy who's like asking me my opinion on humor. And I told him my opinion, and then he just sits there silently. He's like, oh, because he thought it was a totally different opinion, and then he realized he totally agreed with it. I'm like, that was so funny. That's the difference between what people say and what I actually am. And people are like, wait, you're what? Because I heard you were this. It's just ongoing.
My favorite thing is when they would say, "Oh, I wasn't expecting you to say that."
Yeah. Well, that's because they're
A lot of
told.
that.
They're
I mean,
told
Because
that
they
I'm
don't
a
actually
certain
go
way,
listen
and
to a
then
single person. They look
Exactly.
at all your channels.
If you think
and
about it,
handle as
if
one.
you think about it, it's pretty much just like high school. Because you got
Oh.
people that are like, oh yeah, this person did this person did that, and then it's like, oh, that didn't
and
happen.
how many people said you guys are all kids? Like
Yeah, I love being called a teenager.
I was like, Jesus
It's
Christ.
fun.
That makes me feel young.
I'm a 21-year-old adult. I have a job, and I help support my family. Like, shut up.
I'm almost 22.
Yeah, I'm 36, so I don't think
For the
anybody's
most part.
too young
Aren't we,
here.
Deborah? We are
Yeah,
not
I'm
young,
almost
we're old.
25, so
We're not really that.
I'm not trying to be rude, even though they were incredibly rude towards me. I mean, for being adults like they claim, you definitely didn't act like one when I asked Onision why he didn't provide a court order. But regardless, I've noticed a pattern with Onision's patrons. One, all women, I'm assuming, considering I've been in the Discord server. And two, even though they claim to be adults, which, by the way, some of them, and I would say even a good majority, are minors, but regardless, in that voice chat, when they claim to be adults, they just act a little weird. Like, you can tell by the way they talk. And I'm genuinely, I'm not trying to be rude, I'm just pointing out what I observe. I'm not trying to be, it's almost like they're those adults that didn't grow up. You know those adults that hang around their old high school, like, when they're in their 20s or some shit and they think it's cool? Like, they're those. You know what I mean? We all know them. Oh shit, I just realized something. You know, like that one horse girl at school? I feel like a lot of my older audience might not relate, I don't know, but if you're like in my age group, you know what I'm talking about. There's always that one like weird anime boy kid that like runs around like Naruto at school, and then the girl version is like the horse girl. It's not because, like, the girl would look like a horse or anything, although occasionally they could if they don't wash their hair. But they're the horse girl because they're just obsessed with horses for some reason. And instead of running like Naruto, they, like, walk like a horse sometimes. I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you guys understand what I mean by the horse girl? Like, we all had one at school. Like, please tell me I'm not the only one. It's like if all the horse girls in every school, like, came together and they're all on Onision's fucking Discord server. I'm sorry. I don't know. They just act really weird. And also, one of them stated that they were like in their 30s or something. They use XD, unironically, in Onision's server. Like, I've noticed. All these women do it, in fact. XD, woo. I don't know if they use you, actually. I was just saying that to say it. But, like, they definitely used XD. Who does that, unironically? I've just noticed a pattern that they're a little, off. That's all I want to say. I hope that makes sense, but it's really off. I don't know. It's just a little weird.
Tweeted, "I want to decimate you," and she replied, "I'm ready."
Oh yeah, she watch herself
Oh, my.
sometimes. I
All
find.
right, that's a little steamy.
Yeah. Be careful.
That's my. I mean,
I think I found
feel
the quote
I should.
too.
I feel like I should be allowed to tweet shit though. That is to the
Oh,
general.
yeah.
audience.
Here's what you said to her. Yeah, well, yeah, consent is everything.
Yeah, that's all you said,
That
literally.
is all you
Yeah.
said.
Greg, people are gonna shit on it.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. Now I'm glad that I know because that's why I ask people to quote me directly because I don't know what the fuck they're talking about when they say these things.
Because
so
you could.
I can't
literally
defend it if
say-
I don't know what was said, and so it's just like, what are you talking about?
I think people are just a little too overly sensitive these days. They need to fucking chill.
Everyone's too fucking soft.
Yeah,
You
everybody
could be
knows
like,
what
"Save the
Oh.
bees," and they'd be like, "Fuck the bees."
Yo, I recently banned a paying patron, because they were going a little too heavy on me. Like,
Oh,
they
They were
were
tipping you too high.
no, they were.
I'm kidding.
I think I shared it on the Patreon Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Was it like
Oh, yeah,
one
I
of those?
remember.
I don't
Did
know.
you guys
hitting
see
on
the
you
part?
things?
Did you see the part where she told me she wanted to send me nudes?
Oh,
Yeah.
Kim?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah, I
similar
think
to that
so.
one
That
chick
was a
who
little
said she
weird.
wanted you to
It didn't.
dance
It didn't get any
inside her?
better after that, so I just straight up banned her. Like I blocked
Don't
her.
blame me.
Wait,
That was
she sent you
fucking
nudes or
as it
something?
was.
That's
What's
so
that?
aggressive.
Did she send you nudes?
No, she can't. There's no image attachment thing. But the fact that she went on, don't worry, it won't have my head in the picture or anything. And I'm just saying like really mundane shit. Like
Like,
Whoa.
I'm married, leave me alone.
Yeah.
no, like mundane shit. Like fuck, I don't even remember. You'd have to look at the Twitter, the thing that I posted. But it's also gonna go in an upcoming video.
The hypocrisy of his fans just really, it's mind-blowing. I mean, oh, everyone's so sensitive, like, they need to get over it. Okay, well, you say that because you're biased, because you're sucking Onision's cock every fucking night. Why can't you tell him to get over it if someone criticizes his music video? I cannot stress enough. I did not do anything illegal. I did not slander him. I didn't do anything but simply react to his I Hate Women song and his Banana Peel song. That's it. I'm allowed to do that, and in fact, it falls under fair use. So why don't you get over it? People are so sensitive. Yeah, tell that to the fucking dude's cock you suck every night. In regards to the Onision Patreon server, if you've ever been curious about it, it's pretty much dead most of the time. The only time it's active is when Onision's in voice chat, and the few times that they do chat in the text channels, it's every few days or once a week. I was scrolling up just to kind of get an idea of who these people are. In fact, I even searched in the server, dead server, and they're just so defensive. There's this, I'm assuming former patron that maybe got bored, I don't know. They had a white username and they weren't in the server, but a month ago they said, the server's kind of dead, not gonna lie. And his fucking rabid high-tier patrons were like, don't say that, it's not that dead. We chat every few days. I don't know if you don't like it, leave. Like, just shit like that. I'm just like, what? How rude. Like, they are so quick to defend and just jerk off Onion Man's cock, dude. And if anyone talks about the quote-unquote anti-O community, which is something they have talked about before, and Repsion, they instantly get shut down. Even though I brought up Repsion and was fine because I was like super kind about it, there are some people in there that tried to talk about him and just got shut down. So anyways, it's a dead as fuck server. It's fucking more dead than mine. It just amazes me how fast that they get in the voice chat when Onision's in there. It's like a fucking flock of birds, brainless fucking pea-brain birds. Alright, and now it's 20 minutes into the video. You've been waiting for me to review Patreon content. Well, obviously I can't just show you that. I'm just reviewing a few clips, maybe a few clips of the podcast, maybe parts of the video, but obviously I have to blur it. There's a lot of Patreon reviews out here on YouTube, and I also emailed Patreon to see if this was okay. Reviews are fine, but it is limited. So I do hope you understand that I'm just gonna have to briefly review and give you my thoughts. Which is not that hard, to be honest. Please don't buy his dog shit content out of curiosity. I'll tell you everything about it and everything you need to know. And even if you're not buying his Patreon for the content and you just want to chat with him on Discord, he's gonna treat you like shit. You saw what he did to me when I asked a simple question. I was not rude by any means. So it's overall a shitty experience and a waste of money. When accessing the Patreon and just overall scrolling through the feed, I noticed a pattern that he only talks about, well, his haters. Also known as people that criticize him in any slightest way. See, Greg, there's a big difference between people that genuinely hate you and people that just simply criticize your content. Two very different things. Everyone gets hate online, especially if you're Onision or Austin Jones. Well, then, therefore, you probably do deserve the hate. I mean, after all, you are abusing copyright, so I'm not surprised. But regardless, even the most innocent content creators get hate. I shouldn't have to go in depth about that. We all know that. But people that criticize your content or the things that you do does not mean that they're haters or that they have any hate in their heart for you. For example, I don't hate you. I just thought your music videos were stupid, so I reacted to it in a video. Even after you've striked me twice, I still don't hate you. In fact, I don't hate anyone. But no, I guess we're just all haters, huh? While scrolling down the Patreon, I was really just expecting the stupid skits that he posted publicly. They would just be either the same stuff that he's just re-uploading to Patreon or private, like patron only, like stupid music videos, stupid skits. But to my surprise, that's only on occasion. I shit you not. It's literally him just talking about shit that bothers him constantly. And every time a new controversy pops up, he instantly, within 24 hours, covers it for his patrons. Like I said earlier, I had a theory where he feels the need to prove himself to patrons so he doesn't lose money. But publicly, he acts clueless. Who's Diesel head ass? Yeah, that's why you made a video about him the first night this happened. Or the whole situation happened, my bad. And then you won't release it to the public. It's just for your patrons to see. Alright, Greg. He will make these 10-minute podcasts and just bitch and bitch and bitch about every single thing that bothers him in regards to his haters or anyone that criticizes him. And also, to my surprise, to his patrons, it's almost like he opens up to them like family. I wouldn't even say friends. Dead-ass family. He would make these podcasts about how much he hates himself and really how much of a piece of shit he is. His words, not mine, although he is one for striking me. He'll acknowledge some of the shitty stuff that he's done, and he talks about abusing his ex-girlfriends. Yet his patrons still support him because towards the end of these podcasts, he'll manipulate it like I was just young and dumb and, now I'm in a happy, loving marriage with my husband and whatever, Greg. But it's so interesting that he would talk about how much he hates himself. It's interesting because to the public, he acts very egotistical, very highly of himself. I'm always right. I follow the law. Yeah, you strike me fucking twice, you fucking idiot. But regardless, it's just interesting that privately to his patrons, he will admit that he's a shitty person. Here's an example clip. Obviously, I cannot show you the full podcast, but you don't need to listen to that, girl. Whatever. Plus, I can only review clips. I can't even show the full thing, but yeah.
Hey guys, I want to talk about ASMR.
Ew, stop it. No. Ew.
No, I want to talk about what it's like for me to be alone. Okay. I am a pathetic, miserable, horrible, awful, sad human being.
Yeah, we know this. That's why you're striking a teenager twice. Even though my content falls under fair use. Good job.
When I'm alone. I'm all cocky, right? We're really good with each other. But I want to talk about something. Them, and I would never turn my back on them, and I would it was talking about my ex-wife, it was talking about how I'd never abandoned her or anything. I fucking abandoned her hard. I dumped her on her ass. I said, see you later, I'm done with you, I don't want to be with you anymore, bye. And that was a contradiction of this whole song that I made. And I was like, Jesus Christ, no matter how fucking biased I am or oblivious, when I look at shit like that, I can't help but feel like, wow, you just were fucking full of shit, Greg.
Like I said, since this is a review, I cannot show the clip in its full, but I mean, that's a big fucking yikes from me. You just constantly talks about personal shit, even though he complains about people being in his business, so it really just doesn't make sense. I remember the trailer / intro to this video. When he was raging, if you thought that was bad, it actually got worse, to the point he was like screaming into the mic, but I didn't show that part. If you want to see him rage and just like, I can have like its own separate review, maybe on my second channel, where I just kind of dissect the stuff he says, let me know, but I feel like this video is long enough already. But man, that clip of him like just literally screaming was insane. I don't even know what else to say about it. But yeah, that's the Patreon review. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to review the skits. He did a Patreon only skit of him like beating his girlfriend. There's this girl he works with called like Anastasia or something, and he took her to the woods and just started beating her, and I think he made a song about beating women. And yeah, and obviously he didn't literally beat her, it was an act. But the song itself was just really cringy. It was just awful, and yet all of his brainless female fans were like, oh my god, this is so funny. Yeah, domestic abuse is so fucking hilarious. Fucking Onision fans. But yeah, sorry that this is really long. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to review the podcast where he's screaming. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, it's just like burned in my head. And yeah, just remember that I have to like obviously chop it up a little. I can't just show it in its full. You'd have to purchase that content, but I am allowed to review some parts of it. And yeah, remember to donate to my Patreon if you want him sued for copyright abuse. Anyways, that's it for the Patreon review. Would I recommend it? No, because he treated me like shit. Bye!